Friends, this is the story of two such men. Frozen many years ago, but one day when he was asked to go out when they are removed, they find out that all men should be wiped out from the world. It's already been said that there are only women everywhere, and these two men survived among the women. If so, the story begins in the year 1991. From here we have a press conference. Let's look at what was happening a century ago, about human hibernation, and in this voluntarily Max and Albert right there we let's look at the professor who designed this machine. Then the professor tells everyone that our experiment has been successful, and we have the chimpanzee was kept in that chamber for 6 months. Was kept in a cage, and the age of this chimpanzee, she did not grow at all. From above she did not grow at all. He is also healthy. So the professor is now on his next using humans for experiments, wants to do what Max and Albert do. The professor wanted to go inside that machine. He says that this time I will give these 3 years. But the work was very risky because humans, the body of a chimpanzee is very different from that of a chimpanzee. Therefore, in doing this work there may be problems, but after all this Max and Albert also try to get into that machine. Next up, turn on that machine and Max and Albert are taken to the machine. Time is slowly being put in. It passes, and in the blink of an eye 50 years have passed. Go ahead and open that machine, and Max and Albert are expelled. As soon as they come out, we see that the age of both of them has not increased even a bit. Both of them went inside the machine at the age of they are still the same age now. When he was hungry, 3 girls prepared food for him. She brings it there for so many years. Both of them had not eaten anything, so these two had to eat. I had even forgotten the taste. Max says further that I put a bottle of wine and he had hidden some cigarettes, and now I have to take them out. The time has come to remove it, after which he takes out all the stuff, and he lights a cigarette and starts smoking it right there. As soon as the smoke spreads everywhere, the alarms start ringing and everyone is alerted. Looks like something is going wrong here. Then 2 women come there and put out the fire. After a while it starts extinguishing there. A woman named Dr. Blood comes and she begins to tell them that the professor is now dead. Now, on hearing this, both of them, Dr. Blood is surprised and says that a great war took place here, and in that war something happened, that all the men on Earth, now only women are left on Earth, and you guys were saved because you were inside this machine. Now this thing, hearing this, both of them get upset and leave from here. He starts running, but as soon as he gets outside, touch the door and they get a jolt of electricity. There's a strong jolt and he falls down. Albert starts to think about it next. And tells Max that everything is fine, brother. Yes, we were inside the machine for 50 years. That's why we feel like. Max says that, brother, you are absolutely right. If on this Earth if there are no men, then how will our generation move forward? On the other hand, their words are increasing. Dr. Blood was listening, and then she told them, she replies that here the children are working with machines. Now, upon hearing this, they are made. Both of them become even more surprised. On the other hand, Dr. Blood has another Dr. Maria comes and she tells him that you should know the rest about your research. You should also talk to a doctor about don't secretly research these two. On the other hand, we have Max and Albert, who has a TV in their room, suddenly turns on and has the girl is saying something. Now after seeing this, Max understands that the children who are born, they are being done with the help of test tubes. Now Max becomes sad after hearing this and he says, how can these people do this to children? Albert says that the last 50 a lot has changed over the years. Nowadays, for these women to become pregnant there is no need to be intimate either. Later both of them start drinking alcohol and they get emotional, and then the next morning, as soon as the eyes of both of them open, these people, the doctor looks at the blood in front of them. She asks how you both feel. Max says everything is over now. Okay, but if you're intimate with me it would have been more fun if I had gone. Now I hear this. Dr. Blood becomes angry and she picks him up and throws him down. Seeing all this, Albert tells Max, brother, these women doesn't know anything about being intimate, so don't talk to them like that again. But a little while later, Dr. Blood tells some guards, brings them both with her, and it starts to show that radiation is spreading all over the world. That is spread, and if any person goes out, if he goes, he will die from radiation. She tells us we had an animal who died due to radiation. Further this, both of them go and check all the animals, and then their leader arrives there. Max is surprised to see this and he starts talking to her about her age. He asks, but then a woman there tells him, do you know how old you are? You're both 86 years old. But Max, these things don't matter, and that he starts going towards the leader, but then everyone, the guards capture Max and take him to, they start hitting, but then the leader comes from behind. She tells them to leave it alone. Max tells them that you guys lie to us. Why are you saying what happened here, and where did all the men go? Then the leader asked them. She says it's all the professor's fault, that he created a machine that would make men. The age of the machine may not increase, but later the same machine, it has also taken the lives of all those men. Now this, Albert says, how can that be? Maybe we are still alive, and if you want, we can both help you. You can be intimate with us, you can have a child. But listen to this. The leader gets angry, and during this time her eye falls on an apple tree on which until recently there were 2 apples hanging, but these 2 donkeys broke it and ate it. Now, seeing this, the leader tells them that do you know what happened in the Bible? All the commotion was because of the apple, and this you guys want to start again. After which the leader beats them both like dogs. She would beat them and lock them back in the room. Now Max starts crying here, because it was the first time he had ever beaten a woman. He had eaten it, but Albert tried to reason with him. Don't worry, brother, we will be back soon. I will get out of here, and I have full confidence there's a world outside of here. 2. On the other side we see Dr. Blood, who wondering what it's like to be intimate. Now he is the first to find out, approaches an older woman and asks him how it feels to Be intimate. It happens that the woman says that when two if people love each other, they both penetrate each other, and this is called being intimate, and by doing this you can also have a child, and he will. She asks what you guys are doing with them both. Are about to do, to which she says that we both of them are going to make women. The old woman says that then it is for them there will be a punishment worse than death for both of them. Men are captured and brought to the lab where they see that women are treated. They are brainwashed and made to look like men. All the wrong things are told about how men tortured women in the past. He used to make both of them sign one form each. Given to do, on which it was written that experiments were done on the bodies of both of them will go, but as soon as they read this they will, but they refuse to sign. Then something after a while, the ceiling above them opens up, but there were a lot of women sitting there. Actually the women had come here to decide whether these what to do with men, but this on hearing this, both of them run away from there. Then he saw two women on the way. As soon as he sees them, he attacks them. And starts kissing her. Right there all the women together decide that now she experiments on both these men. They both run down the other side. They reach where they find an underground passage is visible, which helps. They both reach further down, and as soon as he came out, he found the liquor there. The bottle is found lying there, and along with it a newspaper also said that in 1993 there was an accident in which all the men died. Went there, but then something happened there to catch them. The guards arrive and upon seeing them escape from there and come out with the help of a tunnel. They go, and then as soon as they come out they find them there. There are many women who appear to be they were having a party. These women were actually rebels, and she no longer followed the leader's rules. Both of them were watching all this when suddenly there but the guards arrive and arrest both of them. They grab all those women down there too. She gets scared after seeing the guards and runs away from there. Now the fleeing seem to be taking advantage of this stampede. Max and Albert also pick up the guards, dodge and run away from there, but while running, these people got into an elevator. They arrive and see this. They're seeing Dr. Blood. Both of them got scared. They go, but then the doctor explains to them that if you go out, you won't survive. On this both of them say that don't drive us crazy. Then Dr. Blood gives them both a machine and brings them out of it. She asks me to see it. Then that machine, when they look around, they realize that everywhere outside there is devastation and no one is alive outside. That I can't live with this. And the doctor tells them that external radiation also shows that the external how high is the radiation level, and all the men died due to radiation. It had happened, but both of them did not say these things to him, believe and say that we will go out, and he left the place saying that he would prefer to die. They leave. Dr. Blood says, "Two can't see you dying like this." Saying this she calls the guards there. Then the guards came there and took them away from there. Now both the doctors start taking blood, starts abusing and says that you are a very selfish girl. That's why the doctor. Two guards come near and start telling him that you have been promoted. She also tells him that both of them, the men, have been declared wanted and are now soon. She was operated upon and turned into a girl. That I will go, but before that the doctor will tell your research is needed because both of these you've been with me the most, and based on your research, both of these will be transformed into women, but only then will we let's see if Dr. Blood has this thing now. She didn't feel well and she didn't want to that both of them should be transformed into women. There on the other side we see Max and Albert, which are taken to the lab, but only then they both of them start shouting that we are women, would rather die than become, but he women don't listen to anyone, and Max she starts taking them inside. Meanwhile Max's eyes fall on his wife, who tells him that while you went into hibernation you had a child in your womb, but you didn't so you didn't care about me, your child. She was about to operate on him, saying that just then Dr. Blood arrives there and helps them. She saves both of them from there and starts running away, but because Albert needed anesthesia he was given an injection which resulted in all the scary ones start coming in his condition. It gets spoiled only when they go up. Two guards are seen there and the Dr. Blood tells them to quickly get out of there, take off your clothes and give them to these two men. Two more times they both would wear those clothes which were radiation shielding suits, after which he tries to get them both out. She tries but cannot reach the main gate. The doctor opens and asks the blood vessel that this why is it not opening up, to which both of them say that its password is which only the leader knows. Now that Max has seen this that he gets angry and curses them. She starts giving it to me, but then suddenly she sees that the door has opened that was meant to bet had the password for the door was abuse. Now doctor, I don't want to send them out alone. So she decides that she too will join them. Will go with both of them, after which she too wears a radiation shielding suit and all three go upstairs, and then after going up we see that there is devastation everywhere and everything is ruined, but Max as he moves forward, he passes through a curtain, he collides with it, after which he throws a knife and cuts that curtain. Then they all come out from behind the curtain and let's see that everything is normal outside until now. Whatever these people were seeing was all the same. There was a play. Then these people started roaming around, during which they see a beach. They become very happy seeing this, but then after a while all of them oxygen starts running low. But then Max he takes off his suit and sees that there's no radiation here. Actually, that leader was fooling them, and they're along with this. Other women also agreed with her. Then, moving a little further, a big house is visible and these people are sitting in it. They go inside the house where you get a lot of food. Then you spend some time later. Emma comes there and tells them that you are arrested. Meanwhile, the oxygen in his suit ran out. It hits her and she falls unconscious right there. Albert picks her up and takes her inside the house. He takes her and starts taking off her suit. But then as soon as Emma opens her eyes she starts shouting at Albert. During this, he accidentally presses the remote, and then they come to know that the leader has everywhere. A rumor has been spread that Dr. Blood has died, after which two women were killed. There it is shown and said that this both Max and Albert are. She has been operated upon and transformed into a woman. People were watching all this when suddenly I feel someone coming from outside, and these people quickly hide. During this time, The leader comes there and then they come to know it is said that this house belongs to their leader, but only then would the leader understand after seeing the condition of her house. That there's someone else here. Then as soon as she opens the cupboard just as Max and Albert arrive, they catch him and then they find out that their leader is not a woman but a now both of them are surprised to see this man. Go and tell him you want what is it and why are you doing all this? The man tells his whole truth that 20 years I was the only man left on this earth. But it's all about making me a girl that I was tired so I did my own makeup. He became a girl and started living with her after some time. I was made the leader here. Then Max and Albert tell him that why didn't you tell those women, leader, on the fact that there is no such thing as radiation outside. He says there was a lot of radiation here earlier, but gradually the radiation faded away, but I did not have the courage. Toy should tell them the truth because they all the woman is from the sun, followed by Max and the doctor. The blood starts to become intimate together and Albert and Emma also started seeing them. Then the next day both of them go to that lab where the children are was made, after which they use their formulas. I add a token of my love so that the next time I make these babies, if they go, then all men will be born in them. Then some years later, when children are born, a male is born among them. During this time when a nurse sees the boy, she starts shouting in friends. Because of this and this story ends here.